One thing with having our own autoresponder at Global NPN is that I get to see a lot of what is sent through our system. And I'm on the lists of a lot of our affiliates as well, so I get to see what kind of emails they're sending, so I can kind of critique them and see what's going out and see what's working for them, which is great. But what I'm seeing lately is a lot of our affiliates, a lot of you guys are sending really good emails, right? Really good storytelling emails. They transition nicely. They're great curiosity-based stories. They transition into the pitch, exactly what I teach in Email Reboot, which is great. But what happens a lot of the time is I'll see these emails and I think, man, that's great. Those are great emails. Way to go. You're doing it right. And then I look at the subject line and then I think, well, it's too bad nobody's going to read your email, right? Because a lot of people underestimate the impact or the value of a subject line, an email subject line. The thing is, if it doesn't matter how good your email is, it doesn't matter how perfect your email is and how great the pitch is if nobody reads it, obviously, right? So with your subject lines, it's really, really important to take the time to write a great curiosity-based subject line, right? In my Email Reboot training, I tell you a few times throughout the training that I spend almost as much time on the subject line as I did on the actual email copy, right? The actual email body, right? It's that important because there are two things that make people open and read an email, or a combination of two things. One is the subject line, obviously, and the other thing is your name, right? And the name doesn't matter as much until you get the trust of your list, right? Because a lot of times I'll write an email that has a stupid subject line that means nothing. People will still read it because they recognize my name and I have this long-term trust with my list, right? So until you get to that point, the subject line is what you need to focus on. And here's what I recommend with writing subject lines, okay? If you write a subject line that looks sort of spammy, that looks like the other subject lines that you're seeing in your email, then it's time to write a new subject line. Okay, read your email, read your subject line, and compare it to other, because all of us as marketers get a bunch of emails, right? A bunch of marketing emails. Compare it to those, and if they're the same, you got to change it, right? I mean, you have emails out there that have subject lines like earn $100,000 within 30 days, instant wealth, quick riches, make millions of dollars, whatever, right? And if yours is like those, your email is never going to get read. It's just going to get deleted. But if your email reads, if there's emails in your box like earn $100,000 in 30 days, get rich quick, and then there's one that says my hamster ate my homework, right? That's the kind of curiosity that you need to create, because they're going to stop at that subject line, my hamster ate my homework, and they're going to go, what the hell is this? And I go, oh, it's from that person. Great. I'm going to read that. I'm going to open it. And hopefully it has some value to me. And of course, you can't just write a subject line like that and have an unrelated email. It all has to be, there has to be that continuity between the subject line and the email and the pitch and all that stuff. But it all starts with the subject line. Understand? Okay, you need to create better subject lines. You need to create curiosity subject lines that trigger that curiosity thing in your subscriber's brain that makes them stop and go, oh, that's weird, or that's unusual, or that sounds pretty incredible. Okay? So my advice to you is start spending more time on your subject lines. Your emails probably are coming along great. Subject lines, they're not there, it doesn't matter what your email is. Okay, if you have any questions about your subject lines, let me know and I can tell you if they're going to be any good, or if I think they're going to be any good. I'm happy to do that. But have a great day and start writing better subject lines.